Welcome back to EndZone. We've got Pontotoc Shannon coming up. Big game over there at Pontotoc homecoming night. Then we've also got Madison Central and Oxford coming up. I think Lane Kiffin was at that one, so that's exciting on his off week. Super awesome there. And finally, Saltillo and New Hope coming up, all on EndZone for week 6.
WCBI Sports EndZone Show with Carlo Barone and Avery Cameron is brought to you by Carl Hogan Toyota, Fastnet, powered by Ford County, and Clark Beverage Group.
Well, welcome into EndZone Week 6. We are, I want to say, halfway through. I'm Avery, and I'm here with Carlo Barone, obviously. Who else would I be with? Carlo, what'd you see tonight? Tell me about it.
Well, I had 2 games tonight. I had the West Point and Callaway one, which, if you guys watched at 10, was a little bit of a runaway game, but I won't spoil them for the folks here at 11. But we've got plenty of highlights from that one. I mean, a lot of highlights from that one. And then I also hit Oak Hill and Winston Academy right down the street, just 4 minutes difference in that game. Let me tell you, these 2 academy schools, they might not have a lot of attendance there just because they're smaller schools, but there's some big plays they made tonight.
Said the parents were really into that one too.
Oh, they were definitely into that one, but you love it. You love to see it. And let me tell you, the South, I mean, you guys don't need any introduction, but you guys love your football, and it definitely shows each week.
Well, I went to the game of the week up in Pontotoc and Shannon over North. So that was super good game tonight, big homecoming matchup. Again, I won't spoil the score. We'll watch it play out. So let's get into it.
The WCBI EndZone Game of the Week, presented by Carl Hogan Toyota.
All right, obviously, whip of the week for starters here. Toyota Tacoma 2025. This thing was so smooth. I mean, I felt cool in a truck. You know, pulling up to I parked out next to all the trucks, so that was great. Super awesome there. All right, Shannon at Pontotoc, homecoming night for the Warriors versus the Red Raiders. Spirit Tunnel getting them ready for the game. All right here, first play. Warriors handoff, ends up on the ground. Scoop and score for Shannon. Jaden Jennings on the pickup. And the first touchdown of the night with just over 5 minutes left in the first quarter. Shannon went for 2 there, didn't make it. They went up 6-0 early on. And then coming up right now, another Warrior turnover leads to another Shannon touchdown. It's like we've already seen it. Damari Shannon, if you see what I did there, guys, with a quick catch for another Raider touchdown. This time they went for 2, and it's good. Braden Hooks on this carry in just a second. Yep, right here. Braden Hooks for 2. There was a little bit of, back and forth if that was good or not, but the ref said it was good. Ken Top said it was good. Everybody was liking what they were seeing there. All right, Cortland pass on the quarterback keeper here. Massive first down for the Warriors. Got to get that momentum going. Head coach Baylor Dampier, he remained pretty calm after those 2 touchdowns that went unanswered. Cortland pass again, calls his own number, hits a little tush push just for the Warriors' first touchdown of the night. Played it safe, went for the extra point, and then only trailed by 7. That didn't last long. Shannon won that game 65-29. Moving on to Tupelo and Hartfield Academy.
Yeah, right down a couple streets there, but Tupelo hosting Hartfield Academy here. Hartfield on offense, not going to get much going on the screen game. Tupelo defense all over it with a big stop there. Tupelo coaches liking what they're seeing, and they're going to like more what they're seeing as this run is going down the sideline and in for the Golden Wave touchdown. What a run there. 55 yards on the score by who else but J.J. Hill, the quarterback, the running back, you name it. He is that back, and he is the back of that team as they get back in the win column, and Tupelo wins this one 35-0. What a rebound by Ty Harden and company. And then we will move down to Madison Central and Oxford. As Avery said, head coach Lane Kiffin busy on his bye week watching his son Knox in the Chargers uniform. Chargers getting ready to face a tough Madison Central team. 2 7A schools going at it here. We will start with the Chargers on offense now. Going to fake the run and tee up deep shot, or excuse me, the out route, and that one's going to be a first down. And the Oxford's moving the chains here. Moments later, the same drive, Chargers going to fake the run again, but they're actually going to fake me out as well, and they're going to pick up the first down just past midfield. Oxford trying to rebound after their loss to Tupelo. Already got the one win and trying to make it 2 in a row here. And this is one way to do it. Teeing up the deep shot, wide open, but it is dropped. Oxford misses a golden opportunity to score there. He knew it. He had it in his hands there. But don't you worry for all you Chargers fans, because Madison Central is going to get stuffed here by Oxford, and Oxford's going to win this one in a close, tough-knit game. Oxford gets the road victory down south, and they win this one 16-14.
Moving on, looking at some scores. Lafayette 30, Pure Academy 14, a little 16-piece there for the Commodores. You know, just right down the road in Oxford. Louisville 42, Yazoo City 8. The Indians fall right there, 2-4 on the season so far. So good win for Tyrone Shorter.
Louisville's first win of the season in district play.
Yeah, there we go. Saltillo and New Hope. Tigers hosting the Chargers right here. Penalty gives Jacob Jefferson the ball, and he breaks to go 66 yards all the way to the house. Touchdown, 6-0 for New Hope. Moving on there, the Tigers look to answer with KJ Robbins with a nice little run. He's going to hit him in right here, just a little run right there. And then they're going to be tied at 6 for 6 with this play right here. Quarterback James Johnson hits Xavier Stennis for the touchdown, tied 6-6 all the way to the house. Unable to tie it unable to go for 2. Tie it early 6-6 in the first quarter. Final score there was 62 New Hope, Saltillo 28. Coming up, West Point, Callaway, Moorville, Itawamba, and Nanawoya and Leake County.
Welcome back to EndZone. Heading out to West Point is their second home game of the year, hosting Callaway. Green Wave up 7-0 already. Colt Whitaker is going to drop back and finds Jamichael Strong inside the 5-yard line. They're already moving the chains, up 7-0 now. And they're about to make it 14-0 on this touchdown run. He's going to fake out everybody, including yours truly with the camera. And they go into the end zone for the second touchdown in about 5 minutes into the game. Brett Morgan surely happy with that start. Callaway now would fumble on the kickoff, so they get it right back in Green Wave territory, in Callaway territory. They hit the fade route to Justin White. He goes up and grabs that rebound, and they're up 21-0 in the first quarter. Plenty to celebrate there. Ensuing Callaway possession, and miscommunication on the handoff is picked up by Shamarian McKinney. He recovers the fumble. Green Wave doing it on offense, but also on defense here. Now facing a 3rd and long on offense. Green Wave running back Jalen Hall will get the carry, and he is no match for that Callaway defense. He stumbles in for the 4th touchdown of the first half for the Green Wave. They would go on to halftime winning 42-0, and that same score would hold as they advance to 5-0 in the season, and they win this one 42-0 over Callaway.
Moving on to New Albany and North Pontotoc, 22-26. I think we've got a lot of Pontotoc scores coming in that, have that rivalry. There we go. South Pontotoc 0. North Pontotoc obviously getting the win for the city here. Corinth 63 points. That's a major win for them. Huge right there.
Corinth having a good season so far.
Houston and Amory, a close game here. Only one touchdown score. 33. Amory, Houston 40. The Hilltoppers walk away with that one. Pick up their first win of the season. And moving on to Moorville and Itawamba. Tough night at home against Itawamba here late in the first quarter. Christian Trice with the touchdown to make it 20-0 with the extra point already. Second quarter again, Price with the kick. It was 27-zip early in the second right here. Going to go ahead. The Troopers have some success moving the ball. Sam Tucker Goff with the pass to Jet Hussey on the first down. They didn't score, but they got the first down, so the momentum was rolling. Indians Keyshawn Wilson with the interception, pick 6. Gonna run it all the way. Extra point sent that score, 34-0 in the second. And then later, just before the half, another run by Trice. The Indians went into the locker room 41-0. Final score, same with the West Point game, halftime.
My goodness, 41-0. Great score. And speaking of great scores, Choctaw County continuing to just rack up the wins. They had a few stumbles there in recent weeks. They get back on track against Nettleton. They win that one by 42. Final score, 48-6. And moving to Noxubee County in Philadelphia. Moving to Philadelphia, they're hosting Noxubee County here. We'll start with the Tigers back on offense, and Jakeem Goodwin's gonna drop back, and he finds Chadrick Skinner. He bodies a man and gets first down. Back to the air again for Noxubee County, and who else but Goodwin to Skinner again, as the Tigers are the first one on the board with that touchdown. They jump to a 7-0 lead over the Tornadoes. Philadelphia now looking to answer. Gonna snap it back. It was gonna get faked out, but don't worry, because he's gonna come back in your screen, and he's gonna come back into the end zone as the Tornadoes score on that long touchdown. Look at those kids celebrating on the sideline, and the entire team. He takes it to the house. Tornadoes would trail 10-6 in that one, and Noxubee County would win a thriller in overtime as they win this one 28-20.
Moving on, Winona and Aberdeen score here. Aberdeen 44, Winona 36. Coach Ballard and the Tigers going to get that one there. Alcorn Central 6, Belmont 22. The Bears just couldn't pull it out. And Kossuth and Boonville, again, the Blue Devils take the L there, 37-10. Moving on to Nanawoya versus Leake County. The Warriors facing Leake County for their homecoming game. Third down, Davian Townsend back to pass, scrambles to his right. He's going to be sacked by Parker Moffitt in the back. Loss. Drive would stall. Nanawoya's turn now, though. Corin Sanders gets the ball up the middle, about 5 or 6 yards for the first down. Homecoming night there. Later on, Cade Massey, the quarterback keeper, around the left side, and he would be pushed out of bounds for a 3-yard loss. Fourth down, Riley Watkins attempting a 29-yard field goal, and he's going to push it right. No good. Nanawoya went up to win that game 20-14. And coming up next, Okolona versus Hatley, Noxapater and Sebastopol, Heritage Academy, and East Rankin Academy. Stick with us. We'll be back with more.
Heading over to Oklahoma, more homecoming action tonight. They host undefeated Hatley here. Kickoff in the second quarter. Oklahoma kicks it off to Hatley. Hatley on the return. Not going to get tackled. Waiting for the coverage team to make a play, and they just don't. As Hatley runs down the sideline all the way 70 yards for the touchdown. Had the high pro glow on that return as they get into the end zone. Hatley sure liking that one. Okolona, not so much. 9 seconds before halftime now. Okolona going to tee up the Hail Mary here. He's going to run all over the place and throw all over the place. Is going to find his receiver all over the place in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. That one would be tied at halftime.
Another look at it, though.
Yeah, no, we got to get the slow-mo and the Okolona Hail Mary at halftime, as Okolona would get the first victory over Hatley this year. They win it by 5. The final 33-28, and the Gronk spike. You love to see it.
Bruce, Water Valley Bruce, catching their first loss of the season. We've seen so many of those tonight. Water Valley's going to get that win, 34-20 for the Blue Devils, moving on 5-2 on the season. And Eupora and Velma Jackson, close game there. The Eagles catch their first loss of the season, 20-24 to that Velma Jackson team. That's okay. They'll be back. The Eagles flying back. East Webster, Kemper County, 49-20 here. The Wolverines going to get that dub with Coach Ron Price, moved to 5-2 on the season. That's awesome. Week 1, that was their only loss to Choctaw County, so all up from there. And moving on to Sebastopol and Noxapater. Second quarter, no score yet. 3rd and goal for Sebastopol. He's going to get the snap. He's going to throw it across his body. Picked off right here, Jacavius Riddle for the touchback. Huge there. Noxapater's turn. Riddle on the quarterback keeper to his left side. Gets a nice gain there for the first down. Not going to score, but a massive first down for the momentum. Later on, Riddle's back to pass, and he's going to be sacked right here. Isaiah Gilbert, huge loss on that sack right there. They're still pushing him. No score at halftime, but the final score there was, let us know if you have it, because 6-0. Carlos got it. 6-0, Noxapater wins that one.
Yeah, not a game if you liked offense, but a good win if you're a Noxapater fan. And they got a great game against Nanawoya coming up next Thursday. I can't wait for that one. West Lowndes heading over some Thursday action. West Lowndes getting the road win over Mantachi. They win that one by a lot. The 26 there, doing some quick math in my head, y'all, and they win this one 40-14.
Threw in the y'all. Midwest.
I had to do some, I've lived down here for almost a year now. Stuff happens, but stuff happened clearly in this Myrtle game as they beat East Union by 29. There's some math for you. They win this one 35-6 over East Union. Luke Conley getting the home victory for the home fans.
TCPS 8, Red Bay 36. Whenever I think of that, I think of Old Bay and crabs. I don't know why, just makes me think of Red Bay and that. Anyways, Tyler Jeffries gonna get that win there, 36-8. It's like a quadruple or something like that. High scores there. All right, back to the high scores. Taking the over if you're Carlo Barone here. Calhoun City 50, Hamilton 15. Lions are gonna fall there. 4-2-1 on the season. Remember, they had that one forfeit coming. Vardaman and Thrasher a 0. A donut, as some might say. Vardaman 42, Thrasher 0. The Rebels pick up their 6th loss of the season. They haven't won one yet, so let's see if Thrasher can pull that out. Smithville and Faulkner. Eagles gonna get that one right there. 33-29. It's a pretty close game.
I like the response from Smithville, though. They got bodied by Hamilton last week.
There you go.
Lose that one close, I'm sure it hurts, but they got a lot more points on the board this time, so good for them, and good for Biggersville as well. Let me tell you, folks, Baldwin was undefeated at this point in the year, defending that state title, and they lose their first game at home, and let me tell you, this 3-touchdown loss is not what the Baldwin Bearcats ordered, but is what they've been served tonight as Biggersville wins this one 27-6.
Moving on to Heritage Academy versus East Rankin Academy. East Rankin quarterback number 11, Aiden Carlisle, is going to throw it right here. Drops back, meets Parker Bankston for a huge gain. He's going to make it in the red zone. He's real close, doesn't make it all the way. Again, Aiden Carlisle runs it in for a touchdown here, 36-7. East Rankin's going to go up. Heritage Academy's turn now. They're going to come up right here. Number 15, Presley Gaskin, throws an interception, man. Hate to see that. To East Rankin's Grayson Williams, who tries to score and make it a pick 6, but ultimately doesn't. Fourth quarter, Heritage Academy, Gibson Hicks rolls out, throws to number 22, Brady Kimbrell, for a big first down. And the final score there would be Heritage Academy 42, East Rankin 14. Big win for Heritage there. So, that's great. We saw so much going on right there. Coming up, though, we've got plenty of more scores and plenty of more highlights rolling.
Yeah, I'd like to think so. We've got Oak Hill Academy and Winston Academy. That one down to the wire, but Oak Hill Academy will get the victory 28-0 over Winston. Yeah. Winston Academy still winless on the year, but they played hard tonight, and clearly it showed there, but not able enough to get the victory.
And we'll be back after the break with some more scores and some more highlights.
Heading back out to West Point, Oak Hill and Winston Academy starting first here, 3rd and short, and the ball is recovered by the Raiders. Winston fumbling away their chance at midfield, and Oak Hill Academy. And that man right there, they're going to be taking over. Good field position. They wouldn't do anything with, though. Winston Academy back to pass, and look at that one-handed grab. Kingsley Ashford, get to know the name with that one-handed catch. They're moving the chains. Look at this play. Jason McMillan under pressure, not really able to find anybody, shovels it to Jonah Hood, and Hood's going to turn a disaster into a first down. Can you believe it? Look at that one. But that hope would last only one play, as the next play, McMillan is intercepted by Brody Buchanan, and he returns it to the other side of midfield. Just what the Raiders needed after that play they had before, which seemingly should have been like a 30-yard sack, but they get the ball back anyway. I'm sure they're happy about that one. He's fired up. The Raiders back on offense. Jack Holston going to tee up the deep shot and is caught by Chance Harris. A 51-yard gain on the pass play from the lefty. And moments later, Boston Cunningham, what a name and what a touchdown. He punches it in from a yard out. The Raiders would get the 2-point conversion. They would lead this one 16-7. They would win this one 28-0.
Starkville Academy and Pillow Academy, a double score there for Starkville, 16-8. Gonna get that win for the Mustangs. Gonna move to 3-4 on the season. Chase Nicholson catches the loss there. Maybe he'll sleep on his pillow tonight. Think about how he's going to win next week. Carroll Academy and Winona Christian, 42-6. Winona Christian, the Stars, they finally get their shining moment, so I'm excited for them over there. Carroll Academy going to fall to 3-4 on the season. Moving over to our next score of the night is going to be Sulligent and Lamar County. Sulligent hosting Lamar County, excuse me. Hunter Gallup runs outside. He's going to get stopped by Bryant Mundy here. Doesn't make it too far, but, you know, he's going to be up and at him again for the next play, so that's going to be fine. Sulligent quarterback John Will Sproul hands it off to Quentin Roberts to make it 3rd and short, just a few inches short of that first down. John Will Sproul runs again, gets the first down on this one, though. Turns it right around. 4th and short makes that massive first down there. Lamar County defense stops Sulligent on their 3rd down here with a big stop on this 3rd down. Boom, stopped. And the final score on that one would be Lamar County 8, Sulligent 40. Gordo and Oakman sticking in Alabama. Gordo 29, Oakman 13. The Wildcats are going to fall to 2-4 on the season, and the Green Wave 6-0.
And heading over to Pickens County and hosting Hubertville tonight. We will start right here. Hubertville going to score on the toss play there. It really seems like there was nobody even try to tackle him on that one. I'm sure they'll look at that one in film and someone will get really mad. But looking at the next few plays here, Hubertville is going to be picked off by Pickens County just inside opponent territory, but seemingly they wouldn't really do much with it. Hubertville's going to run down the sideline on this running play, get across the 50-yard line, and just a few plays later, Hubertville's going to punch it in as they beat the corner to the edge and get it in for the touchdown. Hubertville going to run all over Pickens County in this one. And Hubertville's going to get the win, big win there, 53-6 over Pickens County. And before Avery says anything else, I want to give a big shout out to Marcus Davison and Columbus Christian, as I just got a text from Davison. They won their game 68-64. Columbus Christian getting
Breaking
the victory
news
there.
Before Avery says anything else.
Well, I had to get the text
you're
out.
right.
I had to give my man Mr. Davison his flowers. They get the 4-point win, and talk about betting the overs and the unders. I understand it's illegal in this state, but if there were lines in high school football, you probably want to take the over every week with Columbus Christian. They score in the 60s or 70s just about every time they're on the field.
And those games are fun. I mean, they're hype. Have you been to one of those yet?
I have not been to I've been to one 8-man football game, but I've not been to Columbus Christian, but they are able to get the win tonight. So what a victory that was.
Yeah.
68-64. I mean, it's almost
huge.
like they're scoring every play down. So congratulations to Market Davison.
Saw a lot of big scores tonight. A lot of teams catch their first loss of the season, which, I mean, that's always a heartbreaker. But, you know, it's got to happen at some point.
Yeah, hey, you're not every team's going to be the Tupelo of last year where they're going to go undefeated and win the championship.
It could be the West Point of this year.
And so far, they're perfect through 5 games, so we will see. And they had another dominant victory against Callaway, but we want to toss to our Fastnet play, and that would be the Okolona Hail Mary or this Hatley kickoff return, whatever one you like to watch as you're eating your popcorn there at home. Either way, both these plays deserve it, and they definitely deserve plenty of flowers, and I'm sure that they will be played on the station on Monday for our top 5 plays.
Okolona gets the win there, 33-28. 5-point difference. Almost that punt return there. That could have been the difference maker of the game.
Hey, they say, Jeff Levy talks about it all the time. We want to play great in all 3 phases of the game, and special teams helps you, and really until it doesn't. So Hatley doing it there, but not enough. Their first loss of the season, Seth Lee losing on the road to Okolona. Okolona, a great win because they were 2-3 coming in, now back to 500. Arguably one of the better wins of the week there.
Starting district play this week, headed into next week. What are you excited for?
I think there's a lot to like with these teams kind of playing, they're not in district games and now kind of getting it back together to play those district games, but we also want to play our Fastnet speed play of the night.
EndZone with Carlo Barone. WCBI Sports EndZone Show with Carlo. Fast.